Hi dear traders, as expected the European Central Bank raised the benchmark rate by 75 basis points following the example of the Federal Reserve and the Bank of Canada. As usual, Christine Lagarde provided some comments after the meeting. She expressed great concern about the extremely high inflation and the risks of its acceleration. Meanwhile, the Fed's rhetoric also presupposes aggressive measures. Most FOMC members suppose that the inflation issue should be tackled despite the economic slowdown. Notably, the publication of the US inflation figures will be the main event of the next trading week. Early next week, traders will also focus on a bulk of information from the UK. On Monday, the UK Office for National Statistics will disclose data on the GDP growth in July. According to the forecast, the GDP will fall by 0.1% after a decline of 0.6% in June. Curiously, officials suppose that a drop in health spending caused by lower test and trace activity is the main reason for the economic slump. Meanwhile, a tumble in industrial production could be explained by extremely high energy prices. The fact is that now the UK industrial production is lower than it was before the pandemic. This fact is exerting great pressure on the pound sterling, which is hovering near its lowest level since 1985. Notably, Liz Truss, a new UK Prime Minister, has proposed a new plan to support the economy. She has offered to freeze energy bills for 2 years. On Tuesday, traders will continue learning about the UK economic conditions through the labour market reports. Notably, the forecasts are really gloomy. Most analysts prefer not to make predictions. In the previous period, the number of unemployed people fell for the 17th month in a row. At the beginning of the US trade, all eyes will be turned to the US inflation figures. Experts are sure that consumer price growth is slackening. According to the forecast, in August, inflation may drop to 8.1% on a yearly basis. Yesterday, the Fed chair warned that premature policy easing might have negative consequences. Markets' reaction to the comment was quite calm. Traders have already priced in the expected 75 basis points rise in the key interest rate. That's why the news about the inflation slowdown will lead to a short-lived decline in the US dollar. On Thursday, traders will learn what measures the Bank of England will take to cap the accelerating inflation. However, a day before that, on Wednesday, the UK will report its inflation figures for August. The UK Central Bank foresees acceleration to 13.3% by October. In July, inflation surged to 10.1%. Such a rapid pace and the lack of positive effects from the Bank of England's action point to the fact that the UK may slide into recession as early as the fourth quarter. These fundamental factors are intensifying the already intense pressure on the British pound. The next trading week is expected to be full of important events, so do not miss our daily news reports to be always in touch with the most relevant information. Subscribe to our channel and see you soon.